Okay, so when you are finished with all of your editing of your 6 photos, so remember you have one subject, same background, different aperture. So notice how the background starts to become a little more in focus as the f-stop number starts to get higher. So this one's my low f-stop, medium, and high. After doing all this, we're going to go ahead and put it on a contact sheet. So all of these photos will be on a page with the f-stop number on there. So if you don't remember your f-stop number, don't worry about that because Lightroom has already have that recorded. In the upper right corner, we're going to change to the print module. So in this module is where you're going to go ahead and create your contact sheet. But if you notice here, it's only one page with one photo, and we want to make sure all 6 photos are on one page. So we're going to go ahead and go to the bottom left corner here. So notice there's a template browser. We're not going to use one of those because we're going to create our own templates. And at the bottom left here, we're going to click on Page Setup. And we're going to change to landscape and then click OK. So with this landscape page, we'll be able to put our 6 photos. To do so, on the right-hand side, we're going to go ahead and work with the layout. And the first thing I'm going to have you do is under Image Settings, you're going to go ahead and check off Rotate to Fit. We're not going to use any of these settings right now. We may go back and look at the stroke border, but we'll see how it looks with our photos. Next thing we're going to focus on is layout. For the margins, go ahead and type in 0.25. So each of these, so the left, right, top, and bottom margin, we're going to go ahead and leave a space so it's not all the way to the edge of the paper or the page that we have. And we're going to make it 1/4 of an inch. So notice we have that there. For the rows and columns, we're going to create 2 rows. So I'm going to go ahead and just type in 2. And we're going to go ahead and have 3 columns. Okay, so now we'll be able to fit all 6 photos in there. But notice it's only showing one photo. So if I click on my first one here, I hold down on Shift and click on my last one. Now I have all 6 photos on there, but I don't want them touching each other like that. I want to have a little bit of space in between them. So to do so, under cell spacing, we'll also change that to 0.25. Make that 1/4 of an inch each. Now we have our spacing in between the photos. Now these guidelines that you see around them, they will not be showing on your document. So this is just to show us how the spacing works out on our contact sheet. And if you don't want to see that right now, you can always click off on Show Guidelines. And basically, this is how our page is going to end up looking. Okay, so for the identity plate, I am going to have you check mark that. But right now, it's only showing your name right in the middle here. You can have this showing on each photo. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how to do that. If you notice here, you have render behind image, render on every image. If you click on render behind image, it's going to look like it's behind your image there, but I do want it to show on every image. Now, we're not going to do this every single time. I just want you to see how that works out. So notice now your name is showing on each of the images here. So this is just going to show me that this is your photo that you took and not somebody else's, and you're claiming it as yours by having your name directly on it. You can change the scale, so it's a little bit small. I can make it just slightly bigger so I can read it. Opacity, we'll leave it as is, and same with the color. Okay, so now going down a little bit more, we're going to click on photo info. So you're going to go ahead and check mark that. And right now it's just showing the file name of each photo. So if you rename them, it will show whatever that name is. And that's something we'll maybe do for next time. But I want you to click where it says file name, and we are going to change that to exposure. So what you see now, it's showing what the f-stop is. As far as the seconds goes, that's the speed that the picture was taken at. And the main thing we are focused on is what f-stop we chose when we took the photo. So this is my small number, my medium, and my large. Same at the bottom here, small, medium, and large. They may have varied depending on the lighting on the day of the photos that you took. Okay, so this is what the page is going to look like when you submit it in Canvas, but we want to make sure to create this as a PDF. And the way to do that, we're going to click where it says printer on the bottom right corner here. And then we're going to go ahead and click OK. We'll leave all of this as is. And once you click OK, it's going to allow you to put it somewhere. So right now I already have, I'm going to go ahead and go to my documents folder, my Lightroom folder, and I'm just going to save it in here. So I want to make sure to rename this as exposure. Oh, actually, no. Rename this as aperture with my last name on there. Okay, because we are going to end up later on putting other photos in this catalog. So this is particularly for aperture priority. So we'll just name this aperture with your last name. And then you click save. So now it's in that folder. I'm going to go ahead and close this out. Yep, I need to wait till it finishes. So on the upper left corner, just make sure it finishes saving as a PDF. And once that's completed, then you can go ahead and close that out. Okay, so now that's already done. I'll close this out, and this is what the PDF will look like. I'll go ahead and close this out. So I'm going to look for my folder or my file in my Documents Lightroom folder. So here it is. This is the document I want to submit. I'm going to go back to my module 2 folder. So I'm in my original photos folder, but because it's a PDF, we're going to go back to the assignment files. Okay, so remember, assignment files are always going to be some kind of PDF, some file. Notice I have my certificate in there from lynda.com. I'm going to go back and open this folder. I'm just going to drag and drop my assignment in here. So here it is. And then once I'm ready to submit, I'll just go ahead and open up my assignments. And because I'm not in the student view, let me go to student view really quick. Okay, so going back to my modules, we're on the editing and submitting aperture priority and depth of field. And then you'll be able to submit it by clicking the submit assignment over here.